Hey everybody out there in YouTube, this is Kris Nicholson. Right now I'm going to show you guys my Arranger keyboards and also my new arrival, what came in. So, here we go. Let's start from this one over here. I'm not going to get too much into specifications, but there's a lot to talk about these keyboards. This over here, this is a GEM WK1000. This is made by General Music, and it's really cool. I mean, this here, you have a 16-track sequencer, you have a disk drive, you got 61 keys, full size. You also got a pitch bender wheel, modulation, and you have around 400 sounds here, which is pretty cool. The arrangers are really good on this keyboard. Next one over here, this is one of my favorite ones that I like on Technics line. This is a KN2000. Now this got the Arranger keyboard. If you can see the front panel, a lot of them are starting to look like that now because Technics got them started with the Arranger keyboards. And this has over 200 sounds, and it has over 200 rhythms, which I like too. 61 full-size keys, you have a disk drive, 16-track sequencer, you have 2 speakers, and also you have a pitch bender modulation wheel, onboard percussion, lots to talk about. This over here, this is his predecessor. This is the Technics KN3000, and this is basically the same thing as a 2000, but only thing about it is that you have 4 variations in the style. You have multi-pads, just like on a Yamaha, a bigger screen, and also one thing I don't like about it though is that you have 100 styles, but they sound really good. Okay, moving right along, this is one of my newest keyboards. This over here, this is a Casio PX330. This has fully scaled 88 hammered action keys. Also, it has award-winning Privia piano sound, which it is a Privia. This only has like 200 plus instruments on here. You have 100 plus rhythms on here, which is really cool. And it's really good with computers. You don't need any software to hook up to stuff. Okay, next one over here, we have a Korg i3. Now this keyboard, this what got the whole Arranger workstation really on the ball right here, as in basically the rhythm styles and everything. This one came out with the most realistic rhythms. You have a 16-track sequencer. The synth engine is an AI Synthesis 2, which is borrowed off of the O1W series. Now, another thing about this keyboard over here, it has 2 sequencers, which is really cool. That's one thing. Over here, this is another keyboard that I will not get rid of because it's a rare one. This over here is a Yamaha PSR SQ16, which has 200 plus instruments and 100 plus rhythms on here, 61 full-size keys. Now this was the first Yamaha that had a 16-track sequencer with all the workstation capabilities, which is really neat. Very, very heavy keyboard to carry around, but it has a great sound, good amplifier too. Up here, this is my pride and joy. This is my Yamaha PSR S910, and this is a Tyros 2 Plus. Has a full color screen. It has over 400 or 500 instruments. It has more than that, but or I should say over 800 instruments. I should say. This is a full workstation, multimedia workstation, and this keyboard over here can translate any language: GS, XG, XG Lite, General MIDI, General MIDI 2, which is really cool. The instruments and the sounds on here are top notch. Okay, I'm going to show you a video about that, an additional video about that later. Over here, we have a Korg PA50. Now, this almost competes with that, but the only thing about it is that this is more of the predecessor of the i3. The PA50 over here, it has a Triton engine, which is the HI synthesis. And you have 2 16-track sequencers on here, which is really cool. You have 400 plus instruments. You have 400 plus rhythms on here, which is really neat. 61 full-size keys, 2 stereo speakers. One thing I like about this keyboard is that any Triton sound that I want is actually on here, which is really neat. This is one of my favorite Casios in the whole wide world. This is an MZ 2000 from Casio. This Casio is actually, this is called the question mark Casio because if you can look at it, it looks kind of like a Technics. And if you hear some of the rhythms, it kind of acts like a Technics. So this is what they call the Technics Casio, or it was half Technics and half Roland, because this whole Casio is GS compatible, which Roland made. You have 400 plus instruments, you have 200 plus rhythms on here, 16 track sequencer, you have a pattern sequencer, all workstation capability on here to the max. Plus you have aftertouch. A lot of these other keyboards have aftertouch on it too. Also you have an organ drawbar. That's what I forgot to tell you about that one over there. You have an organ drawbar. Okay, last but not least. No, not last, I'm sorry. This one over here, this is a WK 7500. This is one of my newest Casios out that I got. I just recently got this, and I found out that I was the first owner to actually get a WK 7500 in Florida. 76 full-size keys. This kind of almost a little bit takes place of the MZ 2000, but I still think the MZ 2000 is a lot better. But the piano sound on the WK 7500 is way top-notch. This, you have an audio recorder, you have 16-track full capability sequencer, like same thing on a workstation. Pattern sequencer, you have over like 800 instruments on here, you have 250 patterns, and it's so lightweight. It is so lightweight. USB compatible. I mean, that keyboard is really nice. Okay, this one over here, this is a Yamaha Clavinova. Digital piano. Now the reason I got this Clavinova, I got it real cheap because the keyboard don't work and there's no stand and no pedals for it. But this is a CVP 92. Really nice Clavinova. All the electronics work. So I'm going to get it fixed and I'm going to use it as a controller from my office for any XG kind of work that I'm doing. Okay, this keyboard, or as to say, this digital piano has over like 400 plus instruments and it has over 200 plus rhythms. Plus a disc drive, guide lamps. Really nice. So I can't wait to get the keyboard fixed on that. Now, here's my new arrival. This over here is a Yamaha YPT300, which this keyboard over here, this is the same thing as a PSR 303. PSRE 303 to be exact. You have over 600 instruments on here, and you have over like probably 200 rhythms on here, which is really neat. Touch sensitive, very nice low-line keyboard that has almost pro features on it. 2 speakers, you have MIDI on this thing, and you have variations on your styles. Well, YouTube, I just wanted to show you all of my Arranger keyboards. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and there's more keyboards that I have to show you. I also have the Pro line, which is also going to be my last segment. But it's weird because before I show you the Pro line, there might be 2 more keyboards that come in. I mean, they keep coming, and I just pick them out and get the best ones. Thank you very much, YouTube. Have a nice day.